This story is blowing up everywhere, from TikTok chaos to the drama-fueled halls of X, formerly Twitter. J.D. Vance, the senator, conservative star, and perpetual headline magnet of American politics, just issued a public apology to his wife after a viral moment with Erika Kirk, widow of Charlie Kirk. The clip of J.D.'s so-called apology didn't just trend, it detonated online, racking up millions of views and floods of hot takes. Some fans dubbed it the most heartfelt apology of the year, while critics roasted it as a polished PR stunt to rescue his crumbling image. And guess what? The entire firestorm began with nothing more than a hug.
If you're someone who's in a committed relationship, you do not caress anyone but your partner like that. So, would you caress your brother, your dad, your uncle, your stepdad, any family? Would you caress them like that when you gave them a heartwarming hug? Most people would say no. I know there's people out there who would say yes, but there's always going to be freaks. That is a hug that you give someone that you lay in bed with, someone that you're close with.
I'm not one to gossip, but there are a lot of people out there saying, secret lover.
A split second on stage between J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk, caught, replayed, and dissected frame by frame, sparked a digital firestorm that refused to die. The whispers turned into trending chaos, the backlash exploded, and now a public apology has everyone glued to their screens. The question haunting every comment section: is J.D. genuinely sorry, or just playing political chess? Is this an apology to Usha, his long-suffering wife, or a carefully packaged PR lifeline? Whatever it is, the internet can't look away. It's got all the ingredients of a perfect modern scandal: power, image, emotions twisted by the algorithm, and a global apology that won't stop trending. Sincere remorse or Oscar-worthy performance? Time to rewind. The now infamous clip came from a Turning Point USA event, where Erika Kirk was the host, proudly introducing none other than Senator J.D. Vance.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in J.D. and Vice President J.D. Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight. J.D. Vance.
And then came the moment that set the internet on fire. Right there on stage, under the blinding lights and roaring applause, Erika Kirk stepped forward and hugged J.D. Vance. An innocent, polite embrace. At least that's what it looked like in real life. But online, oh no, the crowd saw an entirely different movie. Viewers slowed the clip down to cinematic levels, analyzing every micro-expression, every hand movement, every fleeting glance like detectives solving a scandal.
Married men, to my married men out there, and taken men as well, all right? When you hug another woman that is not your partner, are you doing full body hug? And the hand on the waist? Bruh! The hand on the waist! Are you able to walk back to your partner, to your boo thing, without having your head completely removed from your body? Those photos and that moment was weird. And again, aren't you like hugging them like this? Butt out, like this. You're not doing the whole pelvis to pelvis, holding the waist, her hand in the back of your head. I'm telling you right now, you are not going to be alive the next morning.
By the very next morning, J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk had exploded into the top trending topics across social media. While the internet churned out wild theories, Usha Vance stayed utterly silent, and that silence, pure gasoline on the fire. Every public appearance, even for a heartbeat, had cameras locked on her, hunting for a flicker of emotion, a glance, a faint smile, a subtle frown. And yet, nothing. No words, no expression. Ironically, that only made the public obsess harder. What began as a fleeting stage hug had morphed into a full-blown three-person saga: a silent wife, a senator drowning in criticism, and a widow under microscopic scrutiny. Every moment unfolded live online. Enter TikTok, stage left, where narrative control is absolute, and there's no turning back. Reaction clips went ballistic: slow-motion hugs, sad piano soundtracks, and endless layers of interpretation. Others stitched together clips of Usha Vance staring into the distance at some event, slapped on the caption, "She knows," and watched it go viral. Meanwhile, creative minds churned out fully dramatized, TV-style reenactments of the whole saga. On X, formerly Twitter, the chaos reached nuclear levels. Major influencers jumped in, each with their own hot take. Some praised Erika Kirk, claiming she was just being human, empathetic, relatable. Others accused her of crossing a line, turning innocent sympathy into a scandal ripe for misinterpretation.
These are my morning pants.
That's the American dream. Divorcing your brown wife and marrying a white blonde one whose husband exploded.
He reminds me of my husband in so many ways.
Even political commentators couldn't resist weighing in, some snickering, "This is what happens when politicians start acting like influencers." For J.D. Vance, it might have been nothing more than a casual stage moment. But online, it morphed into a full-blown emblem of emotion, doubt, and alleged betrayal, all packed into seconds. Then came the spark that reignited the frenzy. At a recent event, J.D. Vance delivered a speech on family, faith, and public responsibility, seemingly routine. Yet one line set social media on fire for hours. "Sometimes in public life, the people we love pay a price for our presence. And that's something I deeply regret." Boom. Instant headline gold. Clips of that single line exploded online, captioned, "J.D. Vance publicly apologizes to his wife after the Erika Kirk incident." Major outlets jumped in, some calling it a heartfelt public apology, others claiming it was a subtle admission of error. Honestly, J.D.'s original intent barely mattered. The timing was cinematic perfection. Audiences, catching his slow, careful, slightly emotional tone, interpreted it any way they liked. Watch the full speech, though, and the story is far more mundane. J.D. was discussing the pressures political life places on family and the impact of gossip. But in the viral media age, context evaporates. Clip it alone, and the internet rewrites the script. Tone is magnified, emotion is amplified, and suddenly, what was a general reflection becomes a personal confession. Some saw it as a husband apologizing for crossing a line, one line that may have existed only in the imaginations of millions. That's the internet for you, taking subtlety, twisting it into drama, and spinning a single sentence into a headline. Just as the storm seemed to settle, Usha Vance made a quiet appearance at a small community gathering. No theatrics, no hidden digs, just calm, deliberate, and measured presence. She spoke softly about faith, about healing, and about the power of forgiveness, leaving the online frenzy scrambling to interpret every word.
My background is very different from JD's. I grew up in San Diego, in a middle-class community. With two loving parents, both immigrants from India, and a wonderful sister. That JD and I could meet at all, let alone fall in love and marry, is a testament to this great country.
And then came a single sentence that set the entire social media world ablaze. "Grace means standing firm when the world misreads your heart." Just one line, yet enough to flip public opinion on its head. Some hailed it as a subtle, indirect response. Others insisted it proved she had chosen forgiveness. Either way, the narrative shifted. Suddenly, Usha Vance was no longer the silent wife. She became the embodiment of calm, resilience, and rising above chaos. In a single appearance, she rewrote her image, from the viral story's victim to the strong, silent woman who triumphed. Meanwhile, Erika Kirk nearly vanished from public view. No interviews, speeches, or attention-grabbing posts. But her online absence didn't erase her presence. The internet dug up old clips of her speaking on faith, trust, and mental strength, layering new interpretations over every word. Some called it her authentic self. Others claimed it was a carefully curated image campaign. Every new photo of Erika ignited comment storms. JD and Usha's names dominated threads, and even unrelated posts by Erika became battlegrounds. Things got so tense that her team had to limit interactions, hide comments, and disable replies, yet curiosity only grew. In this digital age, silence speaks louder than words. And so, Usha, JD, and Erika were no longer just viral characters. They became symbols of three distinct responses to a public firestorm. One choosing grace and voice, one striving for image balance, and one mastering silence as strategy. And one chose to remain silent, letting the world fill in the blanks for them. And that, right there, is the twist of this saga. Even silence can't save you from the algorithm dragging you back into the spotlight, as if the internet refuses to let go of a story you never signed up for. What began as a viral hug has now fractured completely. One camp praises J.D. Vance as a devoted husband, a man prioritizing family and values, rare courage in today's cutthroat political arena. The other camp, pure cynicism. They see a textbook exercise in damage control, a polished media strategy designed to polish the brand, not the heart. One viral tweet declares, "JD isn't remorseful. He's just strategic." Another counters, "At least he said something. Most politicians wouldn't." Social media transformed into a sprawling court of public opinion. Influencers streamed live, pausing every millisecond to dissect gestures, breathing, and vocal tone. Political podcasts devoted entire episodes to a single line. One major show even dubbed it the most analyzed quote of 25. And honestly, they might be right, because in today's world, it's rarely what you say that matters, it's how the internet decides you said it.
Usha? That's your man? That's your man right there? You in danger, girl. Let me tell you something. My husband has a lot of female friends. I've met all of them. We're real cool. We're cordial. Don't none of them hug him like that, because it will be a conversation. It will be a snatch and grab. Okay? What's that hand doing right there? What are you doing?
Emotions outrun facts, and first impressions hit harder than any explanation. J.D. Vance is no longer just a headline. He's evolving into a full-blown symbol of power. Some insiders are already whispering about a possible presidential run in TWED. That's why this little incident packs so much punch. In politics, perception is everything. One viral slip can erase years of reputation, while a perfectly timed apology, real or staged, can resurrect an entire image overnight. Unsurprisingly, JD's team reportedly overhauled his communication playbook. More public appearances with Usha, projecting the perfect united family, limiting collaborations with controversial figures, and emphasizing faith, traditional values, and social responsibility. One insider even claimed that every post and frame is now scrutinized tighter than ever. Each public appearance is a rebirth, a declaration that he not only survived the storm but spun it into opportunity. So, this isn't just an apology, it's a full-scale image rebuild, a trust-restoring campaign, and potentially a first step toward greater power. Meanwhile, the internet did what it does best, turned it all into entertainment. Who cared about context? Everyone chased the viral truth. Clips of J.D. Vance's apology were remixed with Hollywood-style music. One creative editor spliced his speech with Usha's into the forgiveness part. Another produced a full-blown fictional movie trailer called The Apology, complete with dramatic music, flashing lights, and slow-motion shots. Late-night hosts jumped in too. One quipped, "JD will probably gain a few poll points depending on how pricey his apology flowers were." The audience laughed, the clip went viral again, and just like that, a politician's sincere, or semi-sincere, apology became meme fuel. Parodies, reaction videos, and endless speculation fodder. The cycle of mockery, analysis, and guessing repeated just like any viral storm. People talked, laughed, remixed, debated, and then moved on to the next scandal. Welcome to the digital age. Truth fades, memes last forever. In today's online world, attention is the ultimate currency, and anyone, politician or ordinary person, can star in a script they never wrote. Meanwhile, J.D. and Usha Vance appear to be reasserting their unity. They've been spotted at public events, hand in hand, laughing, with the press dubbing it the family's rebirth. Fundraisers, photo ops, and public appearances are now weaponized as proof of cohesion by political outlets. Erika Kirk, meanwhile, vanished from the spotlight. No interviews, no statements, no noteworthy posts. Her social accounts remain but are completely silent, not deleted, just intentionally hidden. Observers suggest it's a strategic pause, letting the public frenzy settle before a possible re-emergence. Ironically, new content isn't even needed. The story has transcended the three players, JD, Usha, and Erika, becoming a cultural phenomenon, a living example of how the digital world digests reality and turns genuine emotion into media product. Now, discussions aren't about right or wrong, they're about trust, image, and perceived authenticity. Questions like, do apologies even matter online? Or, can forgiveness survive the algorithm? Dominate commentary shows. Media analysts say this is more than a scandal. It's a case study, as every gesture, glance, and frame is rewritten for every audience. Supporters cheer courage. Critics see a masterful PR scheme. And that, right there, is the reality of our era. We don't need TV dramas for scandals anymore. We just switch on social media and watch the drama play out live, in real time, starring real people. The truly unnerving part isn't how fast the story spreads, it's how we've trained ourselves to consume other people's lives as pure entertainment. In today's world, reality and script have blurred, and sometimes, we, the audience, become the actual storytellers of what we believe to be true. A hug, a line, an apology. In one viral instant, 3 real people, J.D. Vance, Usha Vance, and Erika Kirk, found themselves at the center of a narrative rewritten by millions of strangers online. Privacy evaporated. Every glance, comment, and meme became part of a public record they never controlled. What shocked the most wasn't the virality of a 30-second clip, it was how mainstream media instantly pounced, turning it into a nationwide debate. Within hours of JD's apology surfacing, major networks, top news sites, and influential pundits were spinning entirely different stories. Conservative outlets praised him as a paragon of humility, framing it as a moment of faith and family values, a man willing to admit mistakes while balancing power and emotion. One article even likened his apology to a modern father figure. Meanwhile, left-leaning media painted the exact opposite picture, labeling it a calculated PR maneuver designed to soothe public opinion and protect his image ahead of elections. One newspaper declared, "JD isn't apologizing for feelings, he's apologizing for the brand." Fascinatingly, everyone watched the same 30-second clip, yet partisan lenses produced 2 entirely different stories, like 2 mirrors reflecting the same image, but each showing only what viewers wanted to see. Cable commentators even dissected every detail. Was his voice trembling? Was the pause genuine or rehearsed? Did Usha's gaze betray emotion or composure? The result: viewers felt they were witnessing a political trial where the evidence wasn't documents or testimony, but raw, scrutinized emotion. An entire media machine debated the meaning of a glance, the story behind a single breath, as if analyzing cinematic art rather than real life. That, right there, defines the new era. Politics, media, and social platforms fused into one non-stop spectacle. Gone are secret PR meetings in dimly lit rooms. Now, every move unfolds live in front of millions of screens, capturing every angle, expression, and seemingly authentic moment. Today, politics isn't just a contest of ideas, it's a war of images. One post, one line, one clip can make or break a career. Once it's online, your story is no longer yours. Reflecting on the chain reaction, from rumors to viral apologies, memes, and parody podcasts, this may well be the turning point of digital-era politics. It proves that power isn't just in action, but in perception. In a world ruled by algorithms, personal image is as valuable as policy. A minor slip can tarnish a reputation, yet a perfectly timed or crafted apology can rebuild it overnight. The question now isn't who's right or wrong, it's who controls the narrative. And perhaps that's the most crucial point. In a time when a hug can spark national debate and a single word can spawn multiple realities, we, the viewers, sharers, commenters, become unwitting co-authors of the drama. The saga of J.D. Vance, Usha Vance, and Erika Kirk isn't merely politics, emotion, or scandal. It's a mirror of the modern world. Everything is public, nothing is certain. Here's the truth of today's era. J.D. Vance's apology wasn't just a fleeting moment. It's a masterclass in navigating reputation in a world where audiences, not journalists, write the narrative. Think about it. None of this began with a newspaper, a press release, or a slick communications team. It started with a few seconds of phone video, shot by an ordinary person. A hug. That's all it took. Then came the digital mob, strangers connected via TikTok, X, and YouTube, turning that tiny moment into the heart of a national debate. At first, people joked. Then they argued. And just one brief quote from J.D. Vance's speech flipped the conversation from emotional chatter to full-blown political discourse. Suddenly, an apology wasn't just words, it became a cultural event. People stopped talking about actions and started debating meanings. Watch closely, and you'll see the pattern repeat. Viral clip, outrage, response, atonement, rinse, repeat. It's the new rhythm of public life, dictated not by traditional media but by algorithms, commentary, and the speed of emotion. Love him or hate him, You can't ignore how J.D. Vance has become the poster child for rapid image remaking in the digital age. In mere days, he went from being criticized to being sympathized with, from ethical scrutiny to praise for owning mistakes, or at least looking like he did. In today's era, sincerity and strategy are separated by a razor-thin line, and the public decides which side J.D. lands on. Was it genuine remorse or a masterclass in media manipulation? Ask a believer, and it's honesty and maturity. Ask a cynic, and it's a meticulously choreographed performance, down to every gesture and inflection. But no one can deny the impact. J.D. Vance didn't just survive, he reinvented his image, proving he knows exactly when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to make the world pause. That's why this story isn't just politics. It's a vivid example of how politics and pop culture have merged. Back in the day, political power plays happened in dimly lit boardrooms with careful wording. Today, it unfolds in real time across social media, comments, reaction videos, and hashtags. J.D. Vance, whether deliberately or not, is now the protagonist of a social media drama, where audiences act as critics, writers, and directors all at once. This saga proves that even a strategic apology has real consequences. His public image has been reborn amid the storm of opinion, showcasing the true power and danger of the digital age. So, what do you think? Is J.D. Vance sincere, or just surfing a story he knows won't disappear? Is he controlling the storm, or merely riding it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and every perspective tells a story. According to public sources, this saga is captivating the online world. We only report what is publicly discussed, with no intention to invade anyone's private life. All content is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Thanks for watching to the very end. Don't forget to subscribe to Royal Spotlight, hit that notification bell, and get ready for the next videos where we uncover the real stories shaping the virtual world, because in this age, every apology can be a campaign, and every viral moment a lesson in power.